What's up, guys? Pachata Rockstar here, another educational Star Realms replay video. This time it's going to be with Markbot3000. Let's take a look at this game, see how it goes. Alright, coming up on the 6s and 9s with traffic. One trade, but there's a one drop, so I buy it. Yep, and it's a scrapper. There are way worse starts that you could have. Unity Fighter, that's nice. Okay, all right. Federal Transport, these are fine. He has 4 trade. I think that's a good thing to spend your 4 trade on. He doesn't have enough to get the 5 drops. Doesn't have enough to get the 7 drops. He gives himself a little bit of trade, a little bit of healing, and I think most importantly, some trade row manipulation. Buying, I forget the name of that one drop, but buying that dual-colored card will allow him to get rid of assimilators and lookout ports and things like that. So it's fine. It's a good start. I like everything I'm seeing here. And I get... What is that? The Night Star? Yeah, the Night Star. I forgot the name of that card. I know these more by visual than I know them by actual name. Some of you might be thinking, why not get the trade raft? Why not try to get more trade? Here's why. I know that I'm going to be able to get that a little bit later. Because my good friend here does not have 5 trade. So the thing is, I knew I could potentially get it later. I didn't know I was going to draw 5 scouts, but I knew that he couldn't get it. So I thought the likelihood of me getting it later was actually pretty high. And the Night Star's a good card. I'd much rather have that than have the Trade Hive. And I pick up the Trade Hive anyway, so this is all good. Yeah. We're looking pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I like all these plays. Get aggressive, get some damage, get some more trade. He's got to start winning the game. Right? I picked up some damage. He needs to counter that, and he did. Plus, he, picked up a card draw, potentially a card draw. I kind of see where his deck is going here. You start to see it. He's gonna get a little more aggressive. He's gonna start pushing the envelope here. I think that's a good play. Night Star, so good. Night Star, so good. Picked up the Merc Cruiser. Great card with my dissimilar colored cards in my deck. Gives me more damage. Allows me to keep the pressure on. Definitely the right play. And this is a perfect play for him. Alliance Frigate. It's great. Does potentially 7 damage. He potentially heals for 12. He's got another blue card in his deck. He could be healing for 10 at certain points in this game. Definitely a good card, especially if you can't afford any of the bigger cards. Yeah, see, he only has 5 here. And that's the thing that people don't realize a lot of times. Is Federal Transport, it's only 1 trade unless you combo it with another blue. Yeah, picks up an Explorer. This is good. There's a ton of big stuff out there. He's got to get it. And this is fairly standard too. Scrap the Viper, pick up the Star Market. I'm normally a scrap scouts first guy, but in this case, being able to pick up a Star Market is worth not having the 1 damage. So now, that one was interesting. He scrapped that card under the assumption that I would not have enough trade to pick up any of the other cards. So this was it was a somewhat risky play, but I think it was a very astute, intelligent play. Huh. That was interesting. So he managed to pick up 2 Star Barges. I mean, it's good. He's kind of, maybe he's trying to go yellow now. It does give him more trade. It does give him a chance to pick up the bigger cards. But I'm not a fan of Star Barge. I think it bloats your deck. He's going to, have to figure out something to do with those later. Oh, yep. Scrap. This is good. Guys, if your cards can scrap themselves, very often you're going to want to scrap them right away. It's I think people try to hold on to their cards that can scrap themselves cards for too long. Very often you want them just to be kind of a one-time use. Get them, play them, get rid of them. It's totally fine. The only reason I could see why you'd want to keep them is, again, trade row manipulation, getting rid of some of these big cards, giving yourself access to smaller cards. In this case, might be a good reason to hold on to it, but I'm perfectly fine with him using it to scrap and just get the hell out of there. I've only got 5 trade. I pick up the 5 drop. It's another base. It's another yellow. It combos. It combos green, so that combo's there. Excellent card. Really happy to have it. And then, oh, that's horrible. I think this is going to turn the game. Do I pick up Peacekeeper here? Oh, I do. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, Peacekeeper is so good. It's tough. It's tough. Because, like, I like pretty much every play that Markbot3000 has made up until this point. But sometimes it just takes that one bad turn. You know? And it's not really his fault. It's through no fault of his own. Okay. 7. Oh, okay. I thought he had 8. I was wrong. 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, yeah. You get the assimilator here. Definitely. Yep. Ooh. This is nice. Hey, look. I can get the warning beacon. So, this play might seem a little unorthodox. A lot of people would say scrap that to get that. But this is my only scrapper, I think. I might have another one, but I kind of just wanted to save it, try to pick up another scrap. I didn't think this game was gonna. I thought this game would probably go a little longer because he has a you know, he has some healing. He has a lot of yellows and stuff. So I kind of erred on the side of try to get one more scrap out of this card before you get rid of it. Oh man, see, just another kind of unfortunate turn. Like getting Battle Barge, great card. You know, he goes with his yellow strategy. He might be able to pick up Command Center later. You know, it's a great card, but like he doesn't kill all my bases. And now I set up the fucking triple base, and I get Factory World. Ugh. Oh, your heart's got to sink for poor Markbot after that one. And then here you go. Here's another kind of bad turn where he just doesn't kill my bases. You know, like these aren't really his fault. You know, like he just kind of ran a little bad. Yeah, yeah. This is the right place. So I get 2 card draws out of it. Oh god, a 3rd card draw. Look at that. Ugh, brutal. Not much you could do here, Markbot. So that's it. I like a lot of Markbot's plays. You know, I think the Star Barges were a little questionable, but you know, he was building a yellow deck. I think it was fine. You know, he just kind of got trapped. He kind of just didn't draw the good, you know, all the trade that he wanted in order to get the big cards when he really needed it. And I got pretty lucky, and I was able to do that. You know, him not being able to get the trade hive was huge. So this is one of those things where, like, sometimes you play as well as you possibly can, and then just your opponent gets a little bit luckier, and then you end up losing. And even though it's 43 to nothing, this game was a lot closer than it looked. And there was a couple of pivotal turns that just flipped it. Sometimes you got to run good. You know, I know I've been saying that a lot in some of these videos, but like I don't find a whole lot of fault in Markbot's plays. But, you know, you're always kind of at the mercy of the deck. So sometimes you're just going to be making the best decisions you can given the deck that you have. given the cards that are presented to you. And for a long time, there was a lot of big cards, and Mark was right to try to go after them. The problem is when you try to go after the big cards, a lot of times you're bloating your deck with trade you don't need. And this is why I keep saying, like, it's a lot of times it's better just to get 4 and 5 drops and get that damage and attack your opponent instead of trying to get that one big card that will let you win the game, because ultimately it's just one card. They're powerful cards, and they're probably worth maybe 2, maybe even 3 other cards, but it doesn't really matter if you can't draw into them again. If your deck's not efficient enough to get to those cards over and over and over again. So, it's tough. It's tough. But I like Markbot's plays. Pretty much almost all of them. So don't feel too bad, man. I thought you did a good job, and you kind of ran into it. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you all later.